It looks so foggy. Oh, it's the glare from back there. Okay. What's up, subscribers? Come on, Dave. You're so stupid. Anyway, I'm about to do my review for episode 2 of Once Upon a Time. That's my sister in the back.
Hi.
So silly. Anyway, to pretty much recap all that happened in episode 2, we got Regina's let's see, there we go. Okay, after last episode, we know that there's a, they can't cross over that line, because once they do, the other identity will become officially their only identity. So they let which one was it? Sneezy go over the line, and he thinks he's like, who are you calling Sneezy? I'm such and such. Blah blah blah. Then we got everybody trying to find their family and everything. Who's who, such and such. We got Marco hanging up his poster for his son Pinocchio. He still thinks he's gonna be a little kid, but we all know Pinocchio like this grown old man, this grown man. We have Ruby, aka Red Riding Hood, talking to Mother Superior, aka the Blue Fairy, about concerns of the townspeople. They are confused and panicked, and Ruby thinks the prince is working on something, which he is, but he don't know what it is yet. At Regina's house, we got David with the mad hair set, and he wants to know more questions about it. And she said there's no guard set on her, and he tells her that if she leaves, she's gonna have a mob on her hands, pretty much. And he tells Regina that the only reason she's still living is because Henry wants us. Nobody don't want. Henry don't want nobody to hurt her. That's how you just acted.
No, he's only getting video.
I mean, if you're gonna have some comments on it.
Okay.
Where was I? Okay. And they start talking about child care, and Regina says she refuses to take parental advice from a man who put his daughter in a box and shipped her to Maine. David is persistent in finding a way to get to the void world of Fairy Tale Land with Mary Morgan and Emma Trap. David tells her that she earned every bit of her pain, and she claims that she may not have magic nor her son, but when she gets one, she gets the other. But the conversation ends when David tells Regina, if you have to use magic to keep your son, you really don't have him. I was like, ooh. Anyway, flashback time. Really? Flashback time with Fairy Tale Land. We have a young Regina. We'll be going back to, when she around that wedding time. Snow White's like a little kid. Okay. Young Regina is attempting to escape her wedding to King Leopold, and her mother Cora is riding away on horse. And she's trying to escape, the king and her mama. She's riding away on horseback. She is thwarted by one of Cora's spells, it's a berry spell. It's like the tree stop her from crossing that line. Regina she don't want to wed. She doesn't want power, and she doesn't want to make king. And all she wants is freedom. And her mom says, free power is freedom. Like, this broad is twisted. Okay. And tells her not to worry and that she is there to guide her daughter down the right path. Don't you hate overprotective parents? Back in the storybook outside the town hall, David strides purposely, seeing Henry going over to him and asking if he has seen Mother Superior. Henry tells him no, but adds that everyone is looking for David on cue. Ruby, Archer Hopper, Dr. Well. What was Dr. Well again? I'm trying to remember. I can't remember. I don't think they ever say who Dr. Well was. And Mark calls David with urgent because David spots Mother Superior and heads straight for her, asking if there was a tree on this side like the one they sent Emma through, so that she could follow Emma and Mary Margaret. Mother Superior informs David that it is possible, but without fairy dust to guide them, it is hopeless. David is deflated by this, but Henry jumps in, telling him that he'll find a way to get them. He says that things always look darkest before there's good news. And that's when we get into the whole dwarf thing with the dwarfs, your secret identity, this identity will be your only identity. Back with Regina, she's trying to, light this candle up, but she's pretty much unsuccessful. She tosses the candle aside and leaves the house. She heads outside, hugs a car. Archie, aka Jimmy the Cricket, is offering her help, and she's like, oh yeah, conscience. She rejects this, and Archie tells her it might do her some good to talk to him, and that maybe it will help find out who she really is. She coldly informs him that she knows who she is, and she climbs in the car. Back to Fairy Tale Land, little flashback. We got Regina sitting with a young Snow White, braid her hair, and adorn, place some flowers in it and stuff. Snow White admires her new look, then notices a necklace in Regina's box, a jewelry box, which she puts on. Snow White asks where Regina got this necklace from, and Regina tells it was a gift from Daniel. Snow White's face becomes concerned, and she says it's the same Daniel that loved Regina and left her. Regina corrects her, stating he didn't leave but was killed. She says he was killed because Snow White couldn't keep her promise. As the horrified Snow White takes this in, the necklace begins creeping up her neck and pretty much about to choke the crap out of the girl. Regina tells the dying Snow White that her mother corrupts young souls. Just as it seems the life is going out of Snow White's face, the scene changes to Snow White wearing the necklace happily. It was all in Regina merrily like, I just want to choke this, bro. She ruined everything. In the castle courtyard, we have Regina talks to her father and wants to know why her mother is she don't want to turn, pretty much she really don't want to turn her into her mama, and she feels like a prisoner. Her dad says she's just having cold feet. She's like, I'm not having cold feet. She's angry all the time. Her mama's making her crazy. And then her dad Henry tells how her mom got this was pretty much there was a man, like a man who Cora met before Henry. He brought magic to her and gave her a book of spells. Regina wants this person's name, but Henry doesn't know it. It dawns on Regina that the book of spells that Cora uses must actually belong to that man. Back to the storybook, we have Mr. Gold. We got Regina storming his shop, tearing through the inventory, pulling on books off the shelves. Gold comes in to find Regina tearing up his warehouse and stuff, all his stuff, and tells her that the library is beneath the clock tower. She closed it back when she still had power. I need the book. I need to get my son back. Gold plays at not knowing which book Regina is seeking, then verbally jazzes her not only needing the spell book, but also acknowledges how she's turning into her mother. Regina tells him she doesn't have time to work her way back and she needs a shortcut. Gold refuses, tells her to leave, please. Regina and Gold realize that the word no longer has any effect on her, but must have been reversed when the curse was broken. Taking this in, Gold tells her that jumpstarting her magic is not in his best interest. Regina retorts that neither is everyone in town, knowing that their world still exists. Gold lifts an arm, and the spellbook magically materializes in his hand. Offering an eager Regina the book, he tells her to be careful. Regina says that she don't care. She's trying to get her kid back. And we have Gold telling her while she's storming out that once he told her that Regina didn't look like her, but now he sees it. Back to Fairy Tale Land, we got Cora is in her bed sleeping. Regina is standing over and reaches under her pillow to get the spell book. And while she looking at the name, she's looking for the name. She's like Rumpelstiltskin, I somebody. And then we got Rumple coming in. He's like, that's not how you say it, there, eh? And then we got Regina like, she sees him stuff. She's asking for, pretty much asking for help on how she does. And he's pretty much how to use her. She pretty much just wants to get her mother. She eventually gets rid of her mother. He gives her this mirror. She eventually pushes her mom into the mirror. The mirror shatters. So I'm gonna finish with Regina's stuff. Yeah, I think that's all Regina's. Let me see how much time I got left on this thing. Okay, I'm almost done. We have David giving a speech to the people of Storybrooke that, relights their spirits. So, everybody pretty much calms down after his nice little speech. Good. So we have Henry tells David that the hat he has is Mad Hatter's hat. So he goes to go. They find a way to, use it to locate, the Mad Hatter, which he gives him this potion. It eventually works. We see Mr. Gold packing up. We got maps of New York, Massachusetts. He's trying to get up out of here. But once he hear from David that once you try to leave Storybrooke, your main identity, your identity out here in Storybrooke is gonna be on that day. Gold is ticked off, breaks everything. Up almost in the shop. Regina, since she has the spell book back from Mr. Gold, she, uses her magic, scares the crap out of everybody up in the townhouse. Henry goes with her, and he tries to sneak out the house once he gets back in the, but Mom had, Regina put a barrier spell, and then, and she's like, she could show him so much magic and stuff, teach him how to do it, and she said she can invite friends over, and Henry's like, nobody's ever going to come over here because they're all afraid of you. He's never going to have nobody, friends and stuff like that. And then he talks about how he was trying to tell everybody about, Fairy Tale Line, and she pretty much made the boy look like he was crazy. Anyway, she said she's eager to make amends and stuff like that. And Regina tells the boy that you can make them love you, and he replies that he doesn't want that. He doesn't want to be her. And then Regina's like, oh snap! It's like a little bell went off in her mind. Cause that's what she used to say. She didn't want to be like a mom, but that's pretty much what she has turned into, is her mother. Eventually, she decides that she's gonna make amends for herself. So she tells Henry, gives Henry back to David, and David's like, if you want to help make amends and help him, find his woman and his daughter. Flash over to modern day Fairy Tale Land. Currently, we have Mulan and Princess Aurora taking Emma and Margaret to some sort of I think this is a safe haven. It's like this camp and stuff, and then Mary Margaret knocks Mulan away and tells her child to run for her. And dude Mulan, picks up like the little bowler woman and hurls it at Mary Margaret and pretty much knocks out cold. And then she tells Mulan tells the guards or whatever to put Emma and Mary Margaret into this pit Then we got Emma trying to wake up her mama, and then we see the stranger talking about she's a friend, she's able to help. Then we come out the shadows. Guess who it turns out to be? Regina's mom, Cora. So obviously we're gonna see more of her and what she is actually up to in episode 3. So that's pretty much my review on episode 2 of Once Upon a Time, season 2.